As soon as the fall season hits, I dive into making homemade soups. And there's no better homemade version than my coconut curried butternut squash bisque. It's so creamy and delicious. You will never even know it's healthy. Hey guys, so first to get started, we need to prep our butternut squash. So here is how we're going to prep it. So you want to just slice off the top, and then you just want to slice off the bottom. So the key here is you want flat surface on the top and on the bottom. So that way while we're working, you stay nice and safe and you don't cut yourself. This one looks beautiful. So this is a 3-pound butternut squash. You want a really sharp vegetable peeler. Be careful. They will shock you. They can be really sharp. And then we're just going to peel this hard skin. It's that easy. So we're all peeled, good to go. So this is the best way to cut it. Sharp chef's knife. You got your flat surface, and then just go straight down and cut it lengthwise. So I'm just gonna clean out the center, get rid of all the guts, the strings, the seeds, and then I'm gonna dice it and put it onto my sheet tray. I have my oven heated at 400 degrees. We're gonna roast this until they're nice and tender. All right, so you want a little bit of canola oil. That just keeps it nice and hydrated so it doesn't burn. Seasoned salt and pepper. I'm gonna give it a toss, place it into the oven until it gets a nice little caramelization and it's nice and tender. All right, about 30 minutes. So now for our vegetables. Every classic soup starts with a mirepoix, traditionally, which are your onions, carrots, and celery. Here I'm doing onions, celery, and a Granny Smith apple. It gives it such a unique, delicious flavor. So I'm gonna get all of these diced up and start sauteing them in our pot. All right, now for the apple. So you just wanna go ahead and peel the Granny Smith apple, core it, and now we're gonna dice it. So this gives a really, almost like a nice sweet tart flavor. Adding a carrot would then make this soup a little bit too sweet. We have that butternut squash, which gives it a really nice sweetness. We don't need any more. This is perfect balance. All right, now I'm gonna melt 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So we're gonna saute in butter. Now typically I never saute in butter. Why? Because butter burns, but it won't burn here because it'll absorb into the apples, releasing the clarified part and then sauteing in the clarified version of the butter, making this soup even more delicious. Come on, we're sauteing in butter, so you're gonna get that great, great flavor. And we won't burn it. So in go our celery, onions, and green apples. We're gonna saute these until tender, about 7-8 minutes. A little salt and pepper. All right, while that's sauteing, now we just need to prep our ginger and mince our garlic. So that nice little tip, I think you've heard me say this before. Easiest way to peel ginger, use a teaspoon and just peel away. It literally just pulls off the skin and none of the flesh. All right, I'm gonna mince this garlic, mince our ginger, and then we're gonna add it right into the pot. It's gonna give such great flavor to this soup. So our celery, onions, and Granny Smith apple is nice and tender. Now we're gonna add the garlic and ginger and red curry paste. So typically red curry has a zip of heat to it, but with all the ingredients we have in here and that creaminess from that butternut squash, it sort of mellows it out and just gives it great, great flavor. You then taste the lemongrass and the additional flavor of that ginger in there. And it gives a really unique, beautiful flavor. So I'm just going to saute this for about 2 minutes. All right, so we're good to go. All our beautiful aromatics are nice and sauteed. Now you want to add a can of unsweetened coconut milk. Our butternut squash. So I did this a day ahead and I placed it in the refrigerator. You could totally do that. The magic of video. So in that goes. And then you want 4 cups of either vegetable or chicken stock. Here I have chicken stock. So we're going to bring this to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, let it hang out. So the key here is just to build all the great flavors into this soup before we puree it. We'll let it hang out for about 30 minutes. So our soup has been simmering away. Now I'm just going to puree it in 2 batches until it's silky smooth. So you always, when you're pureeing anything hot, tight lid, towel over top, and hold on to it real tight or else it'll blow off. So now I'm just going to return it back into the pot and serve it up. Now it's time to give it a taste. So I've garnished it with some cilantro and chives, a little cracked black pepper. Good every time, so flavorful. You can taste the ginger and the curry. And yes, this is healthy. We have a little bit of butter in there, a little bit of coconut milk, everything in moderation. There is so many vegetables in here. This one is so delicious. I hope you'll try the recipe. Head over to the newspaper's website. I'm Shereen with Cook This. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.